if I were in the market for a car, let's say a used car, or if I was the one selling a used car, I think there's probably 3 to 5 questions that you would expect to be asked and be answered. And hopefully those are in the ad for the used car. Obviously you like the make and model of that car, and you probably want to know what the mileage is. You probably will ask about the maintenance records and any upgrades. And perhaps you might want to also know if there's any deferred maintenance or damage. And my reason for mentioning that is it all has to do with the value of said car and your offer. Now, I'm in real estate, and I have looked at probably thousands of homes, but 50 recently in the last couple weeks. And it's so surprising to me that many agents don't attach the disclosures. And although the disclosures are needed for making an offer, in most cases, they are what I would call like the floor. It's like the most minimal information that you can provide. My next question is, or my email when I'm requesting said disclosures that are not attached. And when I say attached, they're only made available to agents. The general public, the consumer, the person in the market to buy a home can't typically get those on his own. So my next question is are there any upgrades? Do you have any warranties and receipts from anything that was done? Because that would contribute to the value of that property. And in my opinion, if I say, or my clients say that there's a new roof, recent roof, if you have the warranty and the receipt, I like to provide all that. I like to collect, typically in real estate in our market, there's 2 to 5 documents you can get, which become exhibits in most cases with an offer. But there are many other documents that contribute to the value of the home and that will help certain buyers become at ease with the condition of the property. Like I said, warranties and receipts, any work done, if there was a work and a permit was pulled, it'd be nice to see the permit if that's what you're claiming. And if there's regular maintenance, that's great. If there's operating costs, like how much does this house cost to operate? There are many people, going back to the car analogy, that can afford a Mercedes on the purchase price, but they might be surprised at the cost of the maintenance. So maybe they want to Toyota instead. So all that being said, if you're going to be selling a property or buying a property, I think you should have all this stuff at your fingertips up front. And if you know the cost of ownership of the house, how much does electricity cost and the gas, I think you should include that too. So when I market a property, I would consider myself more like a sales engineer than a salesperson. I want to get my hands on every document possible that contributes to the value or the comfort, putting somebody at ease of said property. And I want to offer it to not just agents who might be interested in perusing, previewing, but I want to have it, I want the general consumer to have control and the ability to get all those documents. So I put it on my own website. I put a Dropbox link and I let everybody look at it. Now, there are some people who like to look at it before you get to the property because they want to analyze things and they want to look at those things while they're at the property. So I like to offer them in advance of somebody getting to the property. However, I will also keep a physical copy at the property. So when somebody, a buyer and their agent are looking at a property, or maybe they're attending an open house, they can flip through my book of receipts and warranties and upgrades and maintenance costs and exhibits. That being said, there are not that many people that do that. You wouldn't be surprised. It is such and the funny thing, what happens is people pull out their phone, like some of my buyers, and they'll look at their phone and say, this house is overpriced according to Zillow. And I go, well, Zillow doesn't have all these documents. They don't know about all the upgrades. They know information from the tax records, from comparable sales, and they know from the previous time that house sold. That's the information they have, and then they make some inferences. And they don't know that you just put a roof on a week ago, unless you tell them that in the listing description, which, again, sometimes it's hard to make a listing description so technical because it's not, some people find it boring, but it contributes to the value, the perceived value, and the actual value of said property. That's my 2 cents.